And maybe if they get sick.
To approve the minutes.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Rich is not going to be here. So we'll move right on to drainage, and there was some claims I noticed. What's that?
Run your claims first.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the,
Approval.
I'm gonna approve it. I need a motion to approve the drainage claims. Is there a second?
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the drainage claims. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Here are your sealed bids for the tree removal.
More than one?
Good.
Two.
Yeah. One more look at the weekend. Better job. You want to make up.
Yeah, I put the list on the top of all my signs. I think there was 6 of them signed to approve, so.
Drainage? Yes. This was the claims, right?
No, not yet.
Oh, no.
Not that far.
There's that stuff. This is last week's.
Yeah.
Yes. Next we have discussion possible action on DD6 tree removal and bids.
A water opener.
No, but I gotta find it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brad, you cut.
Yeah.
don't want that
Gotta
on
be
the,
blanket, yeah.
I don't want that on the bid.
Doesn't look good, we got blood all over the bed sheet.
Is this one from?
A1 excavating and drainage out of Joyce, Iowa. And they have a bid here on tree removal only. To chainsaw off the trees, leaving stumps, pile and burn the trees at 15,000. And estimate number 2 is for tree stump removal and reshaping the bank and seeding. Approximately 5,000 feet of $39,250 to bury the stumps on top of the bank after trees are buried. Does not include riprap if needed. I'll take a look at these guys. Yeah. I'll just send it on.
And I can't remember, did we say that we'd bring them back in when we had the bids? Bring the landowners back in, or were we
I
gonna?
thought we had another one scheduled already.
6, we didn't do it.
No, we didn't do another.
We
meeting.
probably should.
Yeah, I think when we get it out there, it's only doing our information, you know, don't
Yeah.
set one up for like 2 weeks or something, so you can get
And this one,
their letters back up, both cards back out. Since we didn't actually set a date, right?
this one's from Rogers Brothers. I recognize. So
Worked,
After which one? You enjoy the
yeah,
conference if you get free up.
yeah, they have lots of those.
Estimate 1, tree removal only, no bid submitted. And estimate 2 on the tree stump removal, reshaping the bank and seeding, approximately 5,000 feet again, $98,750.
Oh, what's a good day for you?
2 weeks.
Yeah. Probably certainly not the bottom. We want to do it. That responsible for crop dams, which is understood. Gets to choose what size to put the coils on.
Yeah. I read it to myself, but I didn't read it out loud.
And then seeding of the side that he pulls the dirt up. So he does have seeding.
Which to me, let's we get it done right in the spring, fine, otherwise. We had a completion date of it's December 1st, so I would go.
Yeah, I don't think. Busy said, I don't know about that.
I just am not paid for crop damage.
No, I know. I think the one side was pretty thorough.
Just to keep costs.
And I would think that might be the side that's taking spoils too.
It's not like it's a make or break for,
No. It
you
wouldn't
know,
be
this
easy.
crop season, so I'd say if we don't have to pay for crop damages, that'd be the best.
And we didn't have a meeting, anything set up for DB6.
No, we're gonna wait till that bids back and then schedule the meeting.
The only other thing that we discussed was AJ asked them if they had a problem with us doing an annexation or a reclass, and they were all in favor of that. So,
And I did notify Jake for Bolton Bank, so he.
Well, and maybe
that's
give,
what-
maybe send him those bids and get him in on going forward.
As far as.
The reclass and annexation, I think they were all kind of realizing that's probably a good thing to do.
well, they've mentioned there was stuff, there was
First
some
time
that
I
they
heard
didn't
that.
think was in there. Then they mentioned about going down to 105 too.
Then maybe if we had Jacob here, just for general discussion, they also had questions of possibly cleaning south of there, which becomes a creek.
Mhm.
What's the limits on that, whether they can or they can't do the process, I guess, so maybe he can answer those questions for them too. But I'd say if we can, 2 to 3 weeks, whatever works for Jacob, let's just do it on Monday after one of our meetings.
I'll have to
So
check
you-
with him and
I can
see
do
what.
that.
So you can get postcards back out to them.
So either the 27th or the 3rd.
Sure.
Those should be safe so far.
And then,
What else do we have on the 27th? That sounds like a busy day.
Continue.
Oh, it wasn't. Isn't that DD something?
No, that's next Monday, the 20th.
Yeah, there's one next
32 and
Monday.
72,
Then we're in
There's a
May,
skip.
we're in May on the one,
May 30th.
yeah. All 5 or 6.
You're probably thinking February 22nd. That was a busy day.
Could be. So yeah, let's
They all run together.
see what Jacob says, and if that works, then send a letter back out and we'll meet with them, we can have that discussion. And then, annexation, I mean, what do we just look at?
Right.
$4 an acre, $3-4 an acre.
That's gonna be the high side. I think.
Right.
Just coming in less than-
So this way they got an idea what it's gonna cost them too.
Yep.
That's my recommendation.
Then motion to set a date. Or
Well, we have
You
to
know,
see.
we
what
don't
it
really have to
is.
do
No,
anything.
not yet.
Just that, and just
We
set
can do
it,
that in the next
whatever's,
meeting.
whatever works for Jacob, and then,
Those 2 dates on.
yes.
You want to fix it, too good for designer, or we want to just wait and tell them this.
I just wait that down, it's not like it was
No,
a state bid thing,
no,
where we had to approve them today, but I just wait and act on them once we get, after we have the meeting with the group, we can act on them the following Monday.
Okay.
So that works.
Yeah. All right, works.
Well, we should actually call Jacob anyway, because we got a set board meeting.
Yes.
sunset.
Next, we have DD 48, accept the engineer's report. I'll take a motion to accept the engineer's report.
I'll motion to accept the engineer's report for DD 48.
And I'll second it.
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. So now we got to set a date and a time for the hearing. So. We gotta be 20 days out from.
You should,
Because we have to have public note or notification.
if you get it by Friday, it'll be next week, the 22nd. 2 weeks, takes you to the 5th.
The 10th.
April 10th would be the soonest.
Want to go with the 10th?
Well, we gotta. Yeah. Mm,
We gotta see if it's he's available.
10th would be the soonest, we would
or the
10%.
first number first.
Can't be an executive board meeting. When we're done.
Oh,
But that's,
17 or 40. What's your action plan?
Probably not. That would be the
That's the
magic.
insurance
That's the
day.
magic day.
I need extension 3049 for Jacob Hagan.
It's the meeting right now. You should add a quick message and I'm calling you when it's over.
sure.
Yes,
Okay, and
What-
your name?
Worth County Supervisor's Office.
Okay,
Okay.
and your phone number.
Hang tight.
Jacob has.
Jacob's probably got the number anyway.
Obviously.
Okay, I'll have to give you a call as soon as you have a meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sounds good.
Okay.
That'd be great.
Oh, so
Oh.
calls back.
And I bet it doesn't, on the old phones, it said where your extension was on the phone, but I don't get that.
It does.
It
In the
does.
top corner.
Oh,
3630.
yeah,
36.
that.
Yeah, the phone number should be 641 324 36.
So we'll move on. I need a motion to approve claims.
Make a motion to close.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Is there any reports?
Yeah, clerk report.
Motion to approve the clerk of court report.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the court reports. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Any place on here?
Yeah.
On front of the second.
It doesn't matter.
Don't
Front-
matter.
Front's good. I haven't figured out what we need the second page for. Says the same thing. Yeah, pretty much.
You got a liquor license?
Payroll first.
Oh, payroll eligibility. Who's payroll eligibility?
That's the wrong day.
We have a payroll eligibility for
Abbott.
Lois Rodemeyer from 1944 to 1944 plus a nickel longevity to 1949. I'll take a motion to approve the payroll eligibility.
So moved.
There's a second. I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Any place on here again?
Licenses. It's right here.
It's it.
I need a motion to approve the liquor license for the I-35-105 Welcome Center.
What's that? We did both. at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. And North Country Club.
Make a motion for the-
I'll take it.
I have a motion and a second to approve the liquor licenses. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
Is it on the back?
On the
Or,
back.
or
Used
she,
to be.
there's
Oh, down
lines
in the
down
bottom.
there. Yeah, she put lines down there, blue lines.
So
Yep.
just go with
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, it's still not the most fantastic form.
Their new system, worse than the old
Yeah.
system. The old system sucked.
Yeah.
We got fireworks down.
Yeah. That one threw me
Yeah,
off.
that one threw me. Seeing the agenda come.
Like, well, it is later, but just we'll run it through.
I have a fireworks permit here. I need a motion to approve a fireworks permit for Jeff Rosenberg.
Is it?
On June 16th to 23 for small shell rockets.
I will make a motion. Fireworks from that.
I'll say it.
I have a motion and a second to accept the fireworks permit. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion carries.
That is a shock. Usually it's June 15th.
Yeah.
Yeah, or June 17th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I don't know that weekend.
I was impressed.
Yeah.
Anybody get a hold of Chip Knight?
No, I'm still working too.
Okay. And Chris, get back in touch with you on the real estate.
Uh-uh.
Okay.
No,
Melissa's not gonna be here. She's
Nope.
not feeling good. And then you got down a resolution to fix a date.
oh. we
That's the
already-
same as last week.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Okay.
That's on March 27th.
That's, you're right. I knew there was something on March 27th. Yes. 9 AM.
Yeah,
So, EMS, continued discussion, anything?
No, I know, Farm Bureau's pushing pretty hard to get some, education out there, I guess. So like they put together some mailers or something to go out, so. But, we'll see what they come up with. That's all I can really say. I haven't heard much more of the consumer markets. They're moving forward.
Yes, and say, get the insurance figured out. And then get to the trustees, figure out what they're gonna do. That'll give us an idea of which townships are going there.
Yeah.
We really need to know that.
Yeah. Well, and I did talk with trustees with Manly Fire and, so it'd be Danville, Lincoln, and Union. And, you know, they're open to the conversation of trying to, or do whatever we can do to make sure we keep continued service down in that area anyways.
Most of Danville goes that way, right?
Yeah, right, 2/3 of
To the
it,
west,
yeah,
about 2/3.
so. But, yeah, they're all in favor of doing that stuff, I'm trying to keep services going, but. They agree, we gotta talk with cities and see what do we need to come up with or what it's gonna be, so. Hopefully if we can get through this next year, then they can get some figure out in the budget. In the end of this calendar year, so.
Have you talked, I keep in contact with the mayor of Northwood. Have you guys talked to any of your mayors of the towns?
I've had a real small conversation with Tim, but. I haven't talked to anybody in Grafton yet.
Okay. Well, we'll just have to wait here and find out what happens. And you're just about got the budget done. There's no discussion there.
Not yet. I had auditors last couple of weeks.
Sure did.
And you went to Des Moines.
Yeah, I learned some stuff again, so it was a good trip.
I don't see Chris on.
No. Which is what we said.
Department head discussions, anything?
I'll be leaving at 11. I get my health physical this afternoon, so I won't be available. Jesse will be covering for me. And then the only other thing, I did get an application for dispatch jail that I'm hiring this week. Looks like a pretty decent one that lives right here. So
Good.
been working down at Four Oaks since 2006 and wants to get to home.
Maybe somebody that'll stick around for a while.
Yeah, good enough.
Well, I like the idea in town, 3-4 blocks away from the courthouse. I mean,
Be nice.
And that's the female this, right? Okay. Yeah.
Sounds like Jesse will have a couple of them for us in the next couple of weeks too.
Yes. One, yeah, one for sure. So, it's two.
Yep.
Right, good.
Yeah,
We got our,
I didn't see those come through. That's good.
yeah, she sent an email out basically the board.
Yeah, I didn't know about it. Good.
We got our safety committee meeting right after the board of supervisors meeting this morning. The safety training that was postponed due to weather last month will be the 23rd at 8:30 over at EOC. And then this Wednesday at 5 from 5 till 8 is our economic disaster recovery tabletop exercise. You can make that, more than welcome
Put
to.
me down on that list.
Okay.
The plans changed in my house, so I am available Wednesday.
All right. Good. Cool.
Add you to the list.
And I'll probably try to make that one Thursday and Wednesday. So,
And then on the emergency management side of things, it's kind of the 5-year cycle is starting for the hazard mitigation plan update. We did get a grant through FEMA that pays 100% of what the low bid cost was. I'm having some trouble getting what I feel is adequate correspondence from the vendor to even get the ball started on that. So I'm gonna have a little discussion with Iowa Homeland Security about maybe talking to the second highest vendor. We may have to pay a little bit to talk, but it's the same vendor we used 5 years ago. And even once they were doing it, there was a lot of pushing on our end to get things done. So I don't really want to go through that again. If we have to pay a couple $1,000s to go to the next vendor that seems to be more responsive, I might be okay with that, but I want to talk to the commission too and see what they say. So,
And before that all started, Nyakog used to do it, so I don't know why that all dropped off. If you reach out to them or not, I don't.
there's been a lot of dissatisfaction with the people that have NIACOG do them. They've found that they use the template that they kind of try to make it one size fits all, and it's not.
Jacob. Sorry to interrupt you. We'll get back to you. We need to set a date for the DD 48 for the hearing. Yeah, and what date are you looking at here?
The 10th would be the soonest, the 10th or the 17th. The 10th, actually, we're busy, so preferably the 17th.
Well, and yeah, we need time for publication and sending out letters and all that good stuff. Val's been really busy.
So what did you say there, the 17th?
17th works for me.
So then when would stuff have to go out? The 5th or the 29th? That's our newspaper. Is Wednesday. I always forget, is it the 20 days?
It's 20 days, isn't it?
What?
It's
Oh,
40 days.
Okay, well then, yeah.
Yeah,
No.
we don't have 20 days, that's our fault.
Probably May 1st.
It
I'm not
is what it
thinking
is.
just for myself. I'm
Mhm.
thinking of farmers involved in this. They're gonna be like, what are you guys doing setting on May 1st? I mean, come on. It's not just me. That's what I would go for, I guess. I mean, I understand that kind of interference with possibility damage and stuff, but.
July 10th?
I'm okay with waiting until after planning. We do it early June.
Yeah,
It gives us more time to put the notices out. They can have more time to read the report on their own time beforehand.
Like June 12th, 19th.
that'd be good.
Then if they get behind on planning, it gets to be a wet spring.
Yeah, either one of them.
June 19th.
Yeah, that should work.
Either one work for you?
As if they're not planting, they'll be spraying or something.
There's
Something,
always
something.
something.
Kind of like here.
That's the Monday after fair.
That's ribbon sale day.
That's right.
June 19th, then after our meeting.
8:48.
Is that what you want to go with, June 19th? What time?
9:30?
30.
9:30 work for you, Jacob?
That works for me.
Okay, June 19th at 9:30.
All right, I'll put it on my calendar.
Do we want to go ahead and ask them about the DB6, either the 27th of March or April 3rd?
Need to give them a rundown first.
Oh, yeah.
Jacob, we had a informational meeting for DD6 and we had interest in clearing out some trees. And we asked for bids, so we got those. And there was also interest in reclass and annexation. So what would you recommend us? How would you recommend us going forward with DD6? Because we don't have enough to do.
You don't have what? Sorry, I couldn't.
We don't have enough to do, so we need more drainage.
Oh, okay. So yeah, your bids, you guys can go ahead and do that as a work order for the clean up the trees. Reclass, we'll just add it to our list of reclasses.
And is
Annexation.
it okay to do that, or should we be looking at the district as a whole if there's other places that should be taken care of too? Yeah, exactly. Well, but you
In 6, we should, might as well do it at the same time. It'll be most cost effective to do it at the same time.
Technically, we're aware of a problem.
Or we know all the districts inside of it. Or we just have one. I think it would be a good idea to do DD6, reclass integration as well as lateral within DD6.
And then if we do the repair, just do that one repair, we'll have to wait to get it paid for until we have the reclass and annexation done.
Correct.
Yeah, which I. Do you know how many acres DD6 is?
Maybe we'll have you look at it and we can figure it out
I know.
next
Val
week.
gave me map last time I was up there, but I haven't.
Yeah, we can give you some time on that because we're already
I
getting
would think
past
we'd be-
planning.
I would think we'd be able to get it done in time for you guys to to put out for assessments for next spring.
Mhm. That'll be a first. Anything close to it?
Kind of looks like it's a standalone district. Oh, there's needed 30 acres that drains into it.
Okay. There's always something.
We'll pencil that in. I guess we'll confirm it once we have the meeting for sure. But it's probably will get done because we kind of discussed it in an informational meeting a couple weeks ago, so.
Good.
We'll let you know for sure though after we have that meeting, I'd say.
So can we just do the meeting and then engage you guys following that for reclass and annexation?
Yes.
Okay. That sounds good. Well, thank you, Jacob.
Thank you, Jacob.
Thanks, Jacob.
Thanks, everyone.
Yep. Bye.
That's
So
good.
what was the dates and time on that reclass and that looks DB6?
Not, we don't have,
We don't
Oh.
have that, but I mean,
Informational meeting. Well, we
Yeah.
talked about March 27th or April 3rd. April 3rd might work for me better, so I have a little more time to get notices out.
Yep, sir. 9:30.
Yep.
That'll be.
Still give us time, just go ahead and repair them. You can always do.
We can approve it next week and then, if you can get it done in the spring before crops, fun, if not.
Yep.
I just give it to them as. Crop damage, so.
However it works, do the best you can.
so that's we need two
so we
motions
need a
then.
motion to set
The DD6 tree
DD
removal.
48 of June 19th at 9:30.
Yeah.
Is there a second? Second. I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor, say aye. Opposed, that motion carries. Then we need a motion for DD6 for April 3rd at 9:30.
That's it.
It's a third.
We just did 48.
Yeah, it's DD6
DD6 is this one.
for an informational meeting.
Information.
Oh, yeah.
At 9:30 AM on these bids.
Yep.
Sorry.
You're okay.
Yeah, I'll motion to approve that. You
Yeah,
know,
one second.
Is there a second? I got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries.
And the DD 48 report, if you start getting any calls on it, it is already out on the website. I'll put it right up.
Perfect. That's the one who's already.
Yeah.
Working on it.
Working on it.
Yep.
That's fine. That's fully their right. So.
Yeah,
And I. Somewhat agree with them. It's
I
pretty
probably-
steady for the extra.
I probably would wait for the report just to.
Yeah,
confirm, but
yeah.
whatever. Technically, they can't do it until that hearing. but
Yeah.
Maybe they'll change their mind.
Now it's rolling.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, the report part of it.
They'll have to, yeah, we have to do that. We gotta go ahead
we'll
before.
do that, but if they come up with a remonstrance, it's
Yeah.
dead in the water. So that should take care of drainage.
I think so.
All right.
Thank you, Val.
Sorry about that, Mark. We'll go back to you now.
When he calls, he calls. So yeah, basically just the hazard mitigation grant program, I try and engage that vendor one more time to see if we can't get them to, you would think when you're trying to get a contract in place and sign that they would be very eager to do business with you. If they're not, it makes me leery, I guess. So and once they get it signed, they're gonna be even less responsive and so I want to visit with them one more time and see, what the problem is. And then the only other thing I have is, you may or may not have heard, down in Des Moines at the state capitol right now, there is strong movement, in both houses, more so the Senate, but both houses, for legislation this year, moving. One of the ways, there's several ways of funding emergency management. Probably one of the more common ways is the way we do it with the general supplemental levy, inside the county. Moving that out of the county's levy of general supplemental, moving it to a standalone emergency management commission levy.
Did read that.
That is, it's got a lot of stuff in this, or a lot of support in the Senate. The House version is moving forward. They didn't put the amendments in it in the House like what the Senate has, that puts caps and limits on carryover and stuff that the Senate did, that was kind of self-imposed from the people that wrote the bill and supported it, to kind of make it palatable to Board of Supervisors affiliates and stuff like that. But where it's sitting right now is, I think Representative Bloomingdale would be willing to move it out of subcommittee once those amendments are added to it. And so I think they're just waiting for that stuff to happen. And so if you want to know more about that, just get with me sometime later and I'll try to fill you in as best I understand it. I know by no means an expert on it, but I've been given enough feedback from the people that are down there all the time working on it, lobbying for it, to at least understand a little bit of it, I think. But I think it's probably a good thing for everybody. I think as supervisors, and you're looking at possibly having your budgets restricted and growth and amounts and stuff like that. If it's a place that you can take and move, even though emergency management is a small amount of the overall budget of the county, if you can move that aside and give you some room and flexibility, that helps. Also, it does to the emergency management because it puts it on to the tax statement that everybody gets that pays property taxes. Right now, it's really, really buried in there. I mean, you'd have to dig hard to find it to see what it is. And this way it would be listed right up there along with, like a school district, or not that we have it here, but if a hospital or something like that, it would be right there and it would see. But the rate that the maximum rate that I think I talked with you about that. The maximum rate that you could do is 35 cents per thousand. And the team went through and they looked at everybody's budget in the last year or two, and they looked at and that's without figuring in the EMPG grants and other grants that you've done and everything else. They figured out what you spent money wise, what you're spending in Worth County's is 22 cents per thousand. Well, take out the EMPG, take out the Diamond Joe Casino grants and everything else like that. We're obviously even less than that. So it doesn't give me any concerns that the cap is something we can't live with under.
Yeah,
And
that seems kind of high, actually, the 35.
and
Yeah.
it's all, they said it's all over the place.
What counties here?
Yeah.
Others got more. And
Right. And then they do have the clause in there for some counties that do special jobs. You can, if the commission approves you doing a special job, you can also go $1 per thousand above that. Like if your county runs the 911 center, something like that. I don't know, no ideas.
Well, like I said,
And then your carryover can be 30% of last year's budget, carry over for operating costs and
So they're trying to
contingencies and stuff.
control. So they're trying to control it again.
Right.
Yeah, they want to make sure that, there's not these huge war chests sitting there and then you can have capital improvement plans so that you don't have to shock your tax system in 1 year. So, you want to, I don't know, build a $600,000 command trailer or something and pay for it all in 1 year.
That'd be within the 30% allowance.
No, above and beyond
Above
that.
and beyond.
Even
Yes.
trucks upgrading.
Here's a replacement, you can schedule that in as.
Yeah.
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 So you can do it every 5 years that.
Yeah.
Right, instead of having to, I don't know, let's say a $60,000 truck 1 year, you could spread it over 6 years and.
Yeah, price trucks lately.
Oh, I'm trying to do state bid. Hopefully. Good ones, a little.
Yeah, well, there you go. We're in GMC or forward.
Well, thank you, Mark.
Yeah, so that's.
Did that.
so that's it.
I got,
Did- did what, though?
Yeah, if you want to support it and stuff like that, give Jane a call and tell her that it's a good thing. I mean, the more people she hears from, sure, more people that she hears from, the more she's gonna support it too, so.
Probably appreciate support instead of chewing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we do that too.
She likes friendly calls.
Yeah, but she does. Anyway,
Bam.
sorry.
so on the doors, I think they've got all the doors in that they have the hardware for. There's a number of doors that they need special hardware because the doors are too old to have a normal lock on them. So we're waiting on that hardware to come in. But doors and cameras are now all in that we have the hardware for. They're doing research and trying to educate themselves on the integrating the cell doors. Those go through a different system, and they're from what I understand, it's a very old system, and it like trying to find somebody to work on it has been really difficult. And
70 something was those, right? In the 80s at best.
so we've got relays, and they're studying how to integrate those relays into the new system, so those things could be triggered as well. Joe, the guy that did all the work here, he was really quite good. I really appreciated him, and he's digging into that, all those relays and stuff, trying to figure those out. So, but also we had a renewal coming up for this BombGuard device for remote support. Pricing on it was pretty high. It was migrating it to a virtual machine, and because we have an appliance, and I think the quote came in somewhere around $7,000. And so I switched to a different product, put in a thing called Simple Help, and for 2 licenses, one for Joel and one for myself, that ran us $900 a year. So save a good bit of money there for the Simple Help. So,
We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works, does what it wants.
Yes, yeah.
That's what counts.
right. It might not have quite as many features as the BombGuard stuff, but we didn't use all those features anyway. So, I'm happy with the new thing. So Joel is coming in today, and I'm going to be training him on that. So help him so he can use it. I got to get over to Treasures and Public Health Building and get all those computers, but I did all the ones in this building here. So,
Good.
So they're all in the system. So.
Okay, good. Supervisor Weekly, I had nothing, I canceled.
I had just that drainage meeting Tuesday. And then I had met with WCDA board Tuesday evening and secured a grant from them to reduce the prices of our lots of casino interchange. So we're working on, Deb's working on an agreement. And I'll be working with Jeff Grieve to get the ball rolling on the public hearings we'll have to change the pricing and all that stuff. So
Good.
We'll look to see that here shortly in the future. And that's all I have.
Good. I had Upper Cedar Water Management meeting. The biggest thing on the agenda was discussing, and there was supposed to be discussion on what their director would be doing if they were hiring anybody, and kind of got off base, so nothing really got solved anyway. And I definitely think it's something that the 2 districts need to talk about as far as if they're going to do things. And some people got it in their head that we can just outright hire somebody to do this. And nobody knows where the funds are going to come from. They're asking towns, and the towns are all saying, no, it's not in their budget. And then basically, I'd say from the county standpoint, it's really not in the budget to help fund these things.
Right.
We don't have any way of doing that other than good faith.
That's like the Shell Rock. I mean, that discussion's already been had. We're still working on a comprehensive plan. But once we get to a point, yes, we'll probably have to hire somebody. It'll probably be part-time, but that person's gonna have to try to find
Grants.
grants
Yep.
and income to support their position. So yeah, I wouldn't surprise me. We do need to talk right with the upper cedar with the Shell Rock
There's
and
another one. too.
Winnebago will be,
Yep.
become part of that. It may be like a regional thing, you know, this area, but it's drainage for pretty much all the other regions we're in.
Yeah, this-
With like our Nyakog region, you know, 6, 7, 8 counties that we're in.
I think it's bigger than that. I think it's Turkey Valley, we've got a watershed.
Could be over that.
There's several over in this whole north.
Yeah.
Eastern part of the state that could probably look at that as a.
Yep.
Project, so otherwise I really don't know the funds.
Yeah, that's we're all in that same boat. We know there's gonna be a need for it, but that's gonna be part of the job is justifying you find the money for your salary, I guess, but
So that's all I had.
Anything on there for next week?
Been discussing already.
Yep, you wrote, I seen you write down that safety manual training.
The tabletops and.
Yep. So. In that case, then I will take a motion to adjourn.
so move second.
I got a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
All right.